you guys? Yes. I know I'm late, and I'm sorry. So here is my WWDC 2017 review catch-up, thing. If I am able to, there will be pictures here. So I am so freaking excited. There was so much announced that I did not expect. And I'm sorry, my ADD is going off. I broke down and I got one of these thingies. And I absolutely hate myself because I actually kind of like it. Anyways, so much was announced at WWDC. iOS 11, which is actually very nice, especially for a beta. Normally the betas are kind of really super buggy. I mean, it is, do not get me wrong, but it's still super amazing. There's so many features. They announced an iMac Pro, and I was like, all of my dreams have come true. An actual good graphics card in a Mac computer for, oh my goodness, it's been forever. It is now VR capable. I know this isn't like a real VR headset, it's just Gear VR, but you get my point. It's VR capable, and of course the person supporting it out of the gate is the one VR headset I do not own. I mean, I own Cardboard, I own Gear VR, I own Oculus, I own Daydream. I don't own Vive. That's the only one I don't have. And of course, Apple supports Vive, which I totally understand. Oculus was a bunch of jerks when they were talking about the Mac. They're like, oh yeah, they can't make one good computer. They don't even have one that would work. I'm like, seriously? So now, yes, they have amazing new graphics cards in it. I know it's not like, Linus is probably going to be like, rrr. And technically, I mean, what's amazing is the iMacs start out with a VR capable graphics card. I mean, I believe it's the AMD RX 550 with 4 gigs of graphics memory. And then the 15-inch MacBook Pro is VR capable now, which is so cool. I was going to get a Razer Blade, but now I'm like, I can get a Mac Pro and still do what I want to do, have VR-ness. So I'm really hoping Oculus is like, alright, we'll port over. I don't think that they'll let, there's my dog. I don't think they're gonna let Vive just completely own that. I think eventually they'll port it, so that would be nice, so I don't have to buy a completely new VR headset, because it's gonna be a minute before I can afford to buy a new Mac. Which, I mean, I already have this computer that I'm having to film this on because my camera died, which is fantastic. I mean, it's a GTX 1080. Also, which I have been waiting for, if you guys know anything, if you have seen this channel before, I've been waiting for the new iPad Pro, and it has finally come to fruition. I won't be able to get it on launch day. My cell phone carrier is being a giant butthead. So, no day one reviews, but there will be a review unboxing because I'm so excited. I can't decide if I get the 256 or the 512. So I'm probably going to just get the 512, 12.9-inch iPad Pro. It looks amazing with iOS 11. There's now Files support, multiple window stuff with it, and it's just, like, incredible. They're just slowly refining, year after year, iOS 11 to be a possible replacement, and I think for most people it would be a replacement for just their everything, but for me, I still need Final Cut. Apple, if you bring that over, that would be a very compelling thing for me to switch just straight over to iPad, because Affinity Photo, which is what I use instead of Photoshop because it's like a lot more affordable, not Spawn, I wish it was though, that would be amazing, ported over their Photoshop thing to the iPad Pro, and they said that it is 4 times faster on iPad Pro than it is on an i7 desktop, which is absolutely incredible. Like, how is a tablet that much faster? But I mean, it's got a 12-core GPU now, a 6-core CPU. It's a beast. It's got 120 refresh on the screen. I mean, you guys have probably seen a lot of this already because I am late to the party, and I'm sorry. That is, I'm sorry. My camera broke. There's no excuse. I was lazy. I'm tired. But what else? There's so much else. Oh, how can I forget this? HomePod. There's so many rumors about Apple doing their own Alexa-style speaker. And I know it's the Amazon Echo, but she's known by Alexa. Or the Google Home-style speakers. Now, I think it looks absolutely amazing, but for me, it's a little pricey. Like, I understand you're like, well, Sonos's are this much to this much, and then Alexa and Google Home are this much and this much. We'll just kind of like meet you in the middle. And they definitely did that, especially if it sounds as good as they say it sounds. They say you can put it here and it will map the room, like Batman style, using the microphones and echolocation to be like, alright, I can bounce sound off here and here and here, shoot it out this way, and it sounds so much better because it's got 6 tweeters and 1 giant woofer. So it sounds incredible. I will definitely get one. I don't think anybody doubted that. So we'll see. I probably will get to see it in stores before I get one, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to pre-order, but it looks great. I mean, I've not been able to decide between Google Home and Amazon Echo. I'm like, well, one, I use Amazon all the time. I buy everything on there because I don't like shopping in stores. It just gives me so much anxiety, and a lot of times they're rude. But anyways, and then I'm like, well, Google, brilliant. I mean, what things do you not ask Google? So I was like in a gridlock, and then I was like, well, Apple just come out with Siri, and I use Siri for everything. I use it for my lights, I use it for my phone, I use it for my watch. So it made the decision for me, and Cortana, I'm sorry, nobody really talks about you because, one, it can't even control my lights. And I saw HP was doing one, and it has to have your computer on to talk to its Cortana before it can talk back to you. Why? Another thing I was super excited about with the new macOS High Sierra one. I love their joke. It was silly. They're like, it's fully baked, ha 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 ha. It now, one of the features I'm excited about fully supports external GPUs. Not only does it support it, Apple is selling to developers a external GPU kit with a GTX. I'm sorry, I'm all in on NVIDIA, but it looks like I'm going to have to get on AMD. They're selling the AMD RX 550 with, I want to say it has 8 gigs of RAM. I don't know their lineup very well. It's selling a VR capable graphics card inside an enclosure with USB-C for, I believe, $600 to developers because they're that serious. They want it out there being like, hey, this is what you need to do. This is how, like, you can be testing VR content right now. And that's so cool. Other than that, like the Mac lineup, the spec updated to the new 7th generation Intel Core processors through MacBook to MacBook Pro, and they briefly mentioned the MacBook Air being like, yeah, it's getting updated too. So I feel bad for it. I would love for it to get a redesign. It's kind of crazy that the MacBook Air is now like the heaviest, thickest, biggest computer they make for that size especially. So I would love to see it get some love. Don't know if it will ever happen, but the iMac Pro, I don't remember if we talked about this, but even if I did, I'm still so excited about it. An up to 18 core Xeon processor, 5K 500 nit display with like all the iMacs got like better color spectrum and everything, where they look even more realistic. But it also, I mean, it's in space gray, which looks fantastic, and all its accessories. I heard you have to buy all the accessories with it if you want it in space gray, but they do come in space gray. It comes with like a 590 or whatever, like one of the top of the line AMD GPUs, and I'm sorry, I gotta wipe my nose a little bit. I think that's showing up on camera, and that is gross. Sorry. But it just looks like a beast. It can get up to 128 gigabytes of ECC RAM. It's just amazing. And I've actually seen other sites since the announcement be like, the computer is $5,000 starting out. I believe that's starting out. And they're like, that's a lot of money, but for what it is, that's not bad, because it actually is using, no, it wouldn't be 590 or whatever. It's using their new Vega architecture for their graphics cards. That's not even out yet. Technically, I mean, the computer doesn't come out till December with the HomePod, but I think it'll be one of the first to use Vega. I could be wrong, but it's incredible. I wish I could afford one, but also I'm like, if it's that awesome for the iMac and it's in the same size body as the 5K iMac, like it's not bigger or anything, what's the Mac Pro going to be like next year? It should be insane. I did love seeing a lot more focus on the Mac. High Sierra, I don't remember a lot of the big features. It just seems like a great refinement over it. They've done more with the multi-screen thing. Just a lot. Some iPad features coming over. Siri's gotten better. She's gotten smarter. A new voice. I know I'm missing some things. Apple Watch got updated to Apple Watch OS 4. There's now a Siri powered face, and also some Toy Story faces with some mostly like developer stuff announced for it. tvOS, basically the only stuff they talked about was it getting Amazon Prime Video finally, which I'm excited about. Now it can actually be my entire entertainment system. I don't have to leave the Xbox One plugged in for Amazon Prime Video, so that's awesome. What else? One of the features they found out after the keynote is in tvOS, and I saw this on a site, so I don't think it's breaking NDA, is that you can, the AirPods finally automatically pair to the Apple TV, which is incredible. What else? Oh yes, and I'm super excited about this. I've not got it. I guess these haven't updated or something yet. I don't know how I would do that. I'll have to look. But you can set one AirPod to be play and pause, and the next one to be skip or whatever, or Siri. So that's really cool, I think. I apologize, allergies. Yeah, so I mean, it was a packed announcement. They showed off ARKit. How did I forget ARKit? It, honestly, I've used AR a lot. I'm obsessed with it, just as much as I am with VR. I mean, if you guys remember playing on, well, heck, a 3DS, it's AR games. I always thought that was super cool. I didn't understand why Nintendo was the only one who did anything with it, really. But I think it's because it wasn't ready yet. And it seems like Apple's done a lot of work to make it a lot more ready. I mean, they just took an iPad Pro, it looked like, and had it, they set down like a teacup on the desk, or a coffee cup, and set a light and dynamic lighting and everything. They moved around. The items didn't jump, which is one of the big things I noticed. I don't know if you guys aren't used to AR or anything. A lot of the times if you move too much, especially with a system that has no place cards down to know exactly where it should be, they move. They'll jump around, perspective will get thrown off. You'll either have like a ginormous coffee cup and a little scale is never normally right, but it looks like at least during this demo, they got it like great, because scale and everything, I'm about to sneeze, was like fantastic. Again, sorry. But it was great. And then they showed Peter Jackson's company, I guess, is working on some AR content. It looks super cool. I definitely recommend you guys to show it. I can't clip it in here just because of copyright. Like, you can't clip out Apple presentations without written permission. And I don't see me, a little YouTuber with no subscribers, getting that. So, another cool thing, it looks like it's integrating straight into Pokemon Go, which, you know, it was a huge phenomenon last year. I don't know if it'll ever come back to what it was, since they kind of ruined the game. But that's pretty cool. I mean, straight integration. They showed, like, which, another thing was cool, the iPad Pro doesn't have 2 cameras to judge depth, but somehow it was able to, you know, oh, this is the table, blah, blah, blah. But they showed on, like, Pokemon Go that, like, the ball would bounce across the ground, like your actual ground. The Pokemon would actually stay where it was supposed to. So much cool stuff. I probably have missed a lot because they just showed off so much cool stuff. But that's my highlights. I am getting an iPad Pro, like, yes. I think next year, because I told myself I can't update my laptop. I used to do it every year, and that was crazy. So I'm on an every other year to every 3 years plan. So by the time I allow myself to update, maybe the MacBooks will be even cooler. It'll definitely be a VR capable. So yes, I'm looking forward to that and a HomePod. I hope it sounds as cool as everybody's saying it does. So yes, this video is extremely long, but I was so excited, and I'm glad to finally get this video out for you guys. If you guys are interested in me reviewing anything, going over, you know, the new stuff in the OSs, whatever, let me know in the comments, like, dislike, whatever you think this video deserved. Just let me know, because I need your guys' feedback to make this content better. Yes, thank you guys. Like, subscribe, and I think there's a notification bell because subscription boxes suck. You guys have been amazing, and I will see you in the next video.